and if you think I've said something that doesn't make any sense to you, then just ask me a question. Also, I know you have the Zoom, but don't play with it.
Start talking, okay?
If you think it's funny, you can play with it. No, you said don't.
Okay.
Okay, get it out now. Just do your phone now. Yep, have fun zooming in. So, today I wanted to do a garden tour for you all today. I particularly became inspired. Well, I've been wanting to do this video for a bit, but I got inspired yesterday because... Why are you making that face? I got inspired. Hold on. I got inspired yesterday because I was at work, and I've been running the garden center at my local hardware store for about 2 years now, and so I've gained some knowledge. And I also know a lot about gardening because I garden here at my home, and our dad's been gardening our whole lives. Anyway, I'm just gonna talk about what I have going on. I'm gonna touch on several different topics. I realize that some of you city folk just don't, hey, are you even? I realize that some of you city folk don't actually know much about gardening.
You just don't get it.
Like I said, I was at work the other day, and one of my coworkers was with somebody in the garden center, and they were just asking me question after question over the radio, and I kept spitting out knowledge and facts. And afterward, I had several people come to me and say, I don't know what you said. Like, you use words that I don't know what they mean. And that's just the extent of my knowledge. Please don't zoom in on me. Okay, so I'm just gonna, I guess we'll just go row by row. Does that sound great?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I come out here just about every day that I'm off to kind of water these two planter boxes that I have here. I kind of feel embarrassed that there's weeds everywhere. Like, I feel like it's my fault. Because the planter boxes don't have a sprinkler attachment. The whole garden is on 300 foot of irrigation line, and so it's all watered all together at the same time when I hook up the hose every couple days. This isn't good? This isn't good content? Bad content? Okay, let's talk about what's in this first box. We have a row of radishes here that me and Issa... Okay, you're gonna look at the plants? You can do that. We have a row of radishes here that me and Issa planted. I think I actually let Issa sow these seeds. They're a mix of early breakfast seeds and also Easter radish blend?
Easter egger
radish blend. Some of them are really like, they needed to come out, and I'm actually gonna take this one out to show you in a second. I've got some lettuce mix here, just random stuff that I actually bought as plugs, which I wouldn't normally do, but we got some cool stuff in at the nursery, so I did that. So here's a radish. We're gonna probably give it to Bunny afterward. What if I can't? Okay. Well, this radish looks much more carrot-like than I anticipated. I'm pretty sure this is an early... It's a big black bee. It's a carpenter bee. Anyway.
Ooh, get those.
You want to get those ones too? I wanted to show you
That's some good
quick.
content, you know.
Can you see this really good?
ASMR, yeah.
So a lot of lettuce blends when you... Okay, maybe don't zoom.
It looks so cool.
Different lettuces and radishes, if you leave them in the garden too long, they will sprout, and it kind of looks like broccoli florets because they're all in the same family, and so this one has been in the garden too long. If we let that sit, it would bloom like yellow or orange flowers, and that would be really great to attract things like ladybugs and butterflies to your garden.
Don't move.
What?
I said don't move. I got a perfect thing at the floor, but you moved.
This is also, due to inconsistent watering via me and Issa, it's gotten all long and leggy, so I don't know. Here.
Okay.
Hold it. Which one did you want to do?
Those two over there.
Oh my gosh.
Wait.
Come look. No, come get down. Get in the shot. Be a photographer.
Okay.
The white one?
Yeah.
Wow, that one's perfect. Isn't that beautiful?
Ooh.
That is the perfect time to pull this one out. So this is one of the Easter egg ones.
Compared
Definitely looks eggy. It actually looks like a little onion, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Wait. I think we should pull this one. It looks the biggest. You really shouldn't have... Radishes tend to pop out of the soil just because of the nature of the way that they grow, and you want to actually keep covering them as they grow. We haven't been so consistent on it because I work full time and Issa doesn't care, so it doesn't get done. Here's another one. Again, it's got that carrot shape, and I think that's because we weren't watering very well. Yeah. of that. It's okay. Oh, by the way, there might be construction noise in the background. Oh, the noise is gonna be really messed up because I got a camera, but I don't know how to work the volume very good, so there's a lot of white noise. And also, there's construction going on in the background.
So don't watch this video while wearing headphones.
Yeah, don't take out your headphones.
Put this right there.
Ugh. Okay. These are, hey, no. 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 Get out of there. No. No. Oh no. Hey, this Kitty's a big problem in the garden because
she's made two
if I'm
holes.
here, Kitty's here. And also, as far as the boxes go, she just thinks it's like a play sand ground for her to just mess
Kinetic
up.
sand.
She loves digging them. She loves pulling up little like plants and stuff that I've got, especially when I've got really small stuff going on. She just... These are a variety of bush bean called Provider bush bean. Bush beans don't really get much taller than what you're seeing right here. In fact, these ones are already in production. They're barely starting to produce a little bit. Can you see any beans?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Are you seeing them?
I'm
What's the shot to get them?
Yeah, there's a bean right there.
So these are just like standard green beans. Like I said, the name is Provider. I got recommended that through a podcast that I listened to called Encyclopedia Botanica. Very awesome gardening podcast. They spit a lot of knowledge, just as I'm doing to you now. Anyway, bush beans don't actually need to be staked up. I just like to keep them upright because I love to plant them really nice and tight and packed together to have my little bean patch. So they tend to flop over when they're clustered like that, and so I kind of do need to stake them. There's a term in gardening called spring fever, where you get a little garden crazy and you buy a bunch of plugs and you plant too much. And that definitely happened to us this year because we have over 10 tomato plants and
we hate tomatoes.
A normal family of 4 doesn't really need more than 2 or 3, maybe. The thing about tomatoes is that you can't succession plant them. You can't just like, these are a long season crop, and because we live in the Central Valley of California, our season runs from like February to November, and you're still gonna get production around the same time at the hottest part of the summer. So I'm gonna name all the tomatoes that we have. This is a Sun Gold tomato. It's an orange type of cherry tomato. In fact, there's one right here. That's the color of a ripe one. They're supposed to be like, oh my god, stop moving.
Stop shaking.
They're supposed to have some of the best tomato flavor that you can get out of a cherry tomato. This is a larger variety of cherry tomato called Juliet. They produce these kind of more oblong tomatoes that kind of resemble Romas, but they form beautiful clusters, and they're very good. They're very meaty for a cherry tomato, and they're probably one of our favorites. We had 2 tomato plants of this variety last year, and that's when it was the first time we tried it, and we definitely fell in love with that. Next, I've got, these are Super Sweet 100s. This is a very common tomato. Everybody comes to get their Super Sweet 100s every spring in their nursery. That's like a very common tomato type. It's like, you gotta have that. People really love it because they're supposed to be very, very sweet and be very, very productive. As you can see, there's a huge cluster right here of tomatoes. And we just wanted to try it. We haven't had it in the garden before, and to be honest, before I started getting really into gardening, we mostly only planted like a few Romas, maybe an heirloom beefsteak or something like that. Mostly it was Romas. Next over here I have Cherokee Purple. I haven't mentioned it so far this video, but there is a difference between determinate and indeterminate tomatoes. So like a Roma tomato would get about this big and then stop growing. This one's not. It's going to continue to get as big as it can, depending on the supports that we're able to provide for it. So this is a really big purplish tomato. This is a hillbilly potato leaf. This is another big fat tomato.
Is it a potato?
No, but it's called hillbilly potato leaf because tomatoes in general have very kind of thick leaves. But hillbilly potato leaf, along with also varieties, a lot of beefsteak varieties have big fat leaves. This has one of the biggest, especially another big leaf variety would be like, oh my god, what's that one called? Like Mortgage Lifter, or What's that one we always plant? I forgot about. It's a really big one.
Brandywine?
Yeah, Brandywine tomato also has really big leaves, and that's also a really good tomato. I don't think we planted that this year, did we? We forgot about that. Anyway, this one's called Mr. Stripey. It's another big fat tomato. It's actually got a few. It's supposed to be a big striped heirloom variety. Very awesome. And all these tomatoes I bought as starts in the nursery. Okay. Coming over to the two zucchini plants that I have here. This one, you can see the first little, not the first, I've actually already picked a few off of it, but this is a brand, oh shit. This is a variety called Cocozella. If I remember correctly, it's an Italian variety that creates a green zucchini with lighter green stripes. I heard it was really good and it looks really pretty. I was really wanting to not plant regular zucchini this year so that we can get some fun ones in. And I did these from seed. I bought the seed off Baker Creek Heirloom Seeds. This is a variety called Zephyr. I believe I actually got these seeds off of Johnny's, which is another big seed company. They produce these awesome little like straight neck zucchinis that are
It's just a bee. Ew.
I ain't even eat, bro. Anyway, aren't they cute? They've just got that green bud on the bottom, and they're like a yellow straight neck variety of zucchini squash. Okay, next. From about right here to right here, none of them have popped up yet, but my dad has got jicama seeds down. Wait, Jamaica? Jicama? It's jicama. Jicama seeds down. I don't think any of them have started yet. Oh, there's some! Come here. Come look. Well, I guess you can zoom. Can you see them good? Here's a few started. He's actually got a few. I didn't notice. But Dad put down a whole packet. We bought the seeds off Baker Creek because he was very excited about it. We had got a packet from somewhere. I think
Home Depot.
Huh?
Home Depot.
Yeah, we got it from Home Depot last year, and he was only able to sprout like 2 or 3, and he planted them under his guava trees last year, and they grew and got super big. So we bought a nice variety off the internet to try, and we're very excited about that this year. At least Dad's very excited about that. This zucchini plant my mom bought off, I think from the nursery. It is called 8 Ball, if you want to come look at it. Are you getting a good shot of this? Yeah? So that's what they look like, is these little balls. Okay, these are a few peppers that my mom planted. All the peppers are those ones, and then this whole row, come look at me. And then this whole row are basically poblanos. We have chili de árbol. We have chipotle peppers.
Chipotle is my life.
Italian yellow wax. Bunch of stuff. Then this is a fairy tale pumpkin. It's a big pink pumpkin. Pumpkin you want to start early in the season. That way you'll get your stuff. Oh my God, look at her. She's pooping in my garden. Oh my God. Anyway, you can plant your pumpkin early. That way you get pumpkin from like late summer to the fall. Okay. Then I've got some Hale's Best Jumbo melons, and this is where another row of tomatoes start. This is Cupid. It's a cherry tomato that's kind of similar to Juliet, but smaller. These are 2 that I did from seed. This one is Purple Russian. There was a free seed I got off Baker Creek. Both of these are doing kind of bad. They're kind of small. Maybe I started them too late. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. And I've also got a Brad's Atomic Grape, which is like the prized seed on Baker Creek. It's literally $4 and something a packet. So super expensive seed. And they're supposed to be the best cherry tomatoes you can ever get. This one doesn't have a tag?
It does, the sticks right there.
Where? Oh, okay. This one's called Get Stuffed. It's a hollow tomato, like a bell pepper. So that you can stuff it. Isn't that fun? Isn't that fun? Okay. This one, all of these gotta get staked soon. This one's called Back from Tula. It's similar to a Cherokee Purple. This one is a San Marzano, similar to a Roma. Okay, around here is where our tomatillo patch was last year, and so you're gonna start seeing sprouts come up everywhere, and that is due to the fact that old tomatillos fell off the old plants, and then like they got in the ground, and then in the spring those seeds woke up again. And I'm hoping to transplant all of these as soon as I can. I just haven't gotten the time. So if you see a tomatillo plant and you're like, why isn't she talking about it? It's because I didn't plan to plant that. This is something. Do you see anything? Do you see a tag?
It's right there.
Where? Oh, okay. Oh, this is Solar Flare. It's a large heirloom striped tomato. It's supposed to look cool. This is 2 sun golds planted together because the plugs, they just ended up that way, and I've got 2 stakes to try to just make it bushy. This is a sunflower. Now this, back up so you can get a good shot. This is my bean trellis. As you can see, it's this big arcing thing that I created by myself. I've got binding beans along each side. On this side, I believe these were the first that now you can come in. These are, I think these are just Blue Lake pole beans. And then on the other side I have purple pole beans. I believe those are Blauheil beans. They're already way taller than the pole beans that I planted last year, so I'm very excited they're doing a lot better. Last time I only staked them to like right here because I didn't know how tall they were supposed to get, but I think they're gonna do really great here. More purple pole beans, and then on the other side I have yellow yellow wax beans. Those are like, this is an example of, I'm getting out of breath. This is an example of succession planting where I planted those ones first, I expect those beans first, and then I planted these, that way after those after those get like to the end of their producing cycle, I'm gonna start getting beans from the other ones. I've got a little corn patch here. This is strawberry corn. It's a pink variety that's supposed to make like pink popcorn. I got that off Baker Creek. I'm very excited. Now, I'm not really gonna talk too much about these little pepper plants that I have because they're kind of being overtaken by weeds right now. Anyway, they're kind of being overtaken by weeds right now. And they're all just like a little lunchbox mix of small sweet peppers. Now this beautiful thing, this is my red curry pumpkin. It is, if I remember correctly, a Japanese variety, I think, of pumpkin. If you want, you can come look at them. I have a few already that are going, but I'm very excited about this pumpkin this year. It's supposed to be like a small, very red type. I can put a picture in.
I just got staked.
Oh God, you got staked. Show it. That's one of the little guys started. Ah! Okay. And then I also have a butternut squash. I did butternut squash last year and it did really good, so it's exciting to do it this year. There's a few already going right there. And then there is a regular pedicue cucumber right there, and then we have 2, beyond these weeds are 2 Armenian cucumber. In this box, I've got a bunch of lettuce seed put down, and this whole half of it is carrot seed. I get really frustrated with carrots because like they take so long to sprout. You've got to like water it every day, and I just don't get that kind of time. So kind of just got to be patient, water it when you can, and they'll come up eventually. But carrots are a long season crop, so you want to start them as early as you can so that you can get them out of the ground as early as you can before summer hits.
You're really pushing,
winter hits.
Pushing the limits.
Pushing the limits. This is a summer mix. I think this is just some type of choy. I got it at the store and it said heat wave mix. It looks like choy. I assume it's choy.
What's choy?
Like bok choy.
Okay.
And then we've got, this is also bok choy, but this is a row of seeds that are done. And then on the other side, we've got more radishes that we've sown. In the corner right there is a Mexican mint marigold that my mom thinks is actually called Santa Maria. Lastly, we have these 2 tomatillo plants where I'm eventually going to fill in space for the other tomatillos. And that is it. If you guys have any gardening questions, leave me a comment and I will probably know what to do. What should I say for the outro? Thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram. We're trying to put videos out basically as frequently as we can. We literally record all the time right now, and you might see us start doing videos twice a week in the near future. Maybe even this week. I don't know when this video is going to come out.
You're done.
And bye! I'm watching the footage right now,
Your
and my
zipper's
zipper was open the whole time. I can't believe. I'm so mad that nobody told me. Especially Isa, when it was you.
I didn't notice.
You were literally the photographer.
I didn't notice that your zipper
I
was
can't
open.
believe it's so embarrassing. Oh no.
Pull up your zipper now.
I literally, like, I saw it, and I was like, oh no, I pulled out my zipper.